What's going on, people? How's it going? What's really good? We all knew this was gonna happen. I kind of told you this was gonna happen when I talked about State of Bore coming out on the 10th. I told you if they didn't mention the PS5, it was gonna be dumb as fuck. And aside from one or two surprises, there wasn't much to be had here. In fact, you can almost cut this video just like the last one. You can cut the first 6 full minutes. Cut it out. Do they not understand at Sony this is going on YouTube? This is why PlayStation, this is why you fuck up. The first 6 minutes of this fucking thing is absolute unnecessary. It doesn't need to be there. It's a screensaver. That's it. The first 6 minutes. And then we finally get to the state of play, and nobody has said anything yet. It's just the opening of Untitled Goose Game coming on the 17th. Congratulations. Let's see. Okay, so at 7 minutes and 29 seconds, we get the first final hello. Hey, welcome to PlayStation. At 7 minutes into this fucking thing, it's a minute and some change showing off Untitled Goose Game, which honestly I can't believe showed up on Switch first. But that aside, it's coming out on the 17th. We get a hello from a no-name, some random ass bitch. I'm sorry if you're a person, but who the fuck are you? We can't identify with you. You're just a voice. Okay? Really fucking stupid, which is why Nintendo wins every time. You can personally see a figure, a man or woman who is talking to you. That is why Nintendo is better than State of Bore, because I don't know who the fuck that bitch is. We have no idea who the fuck this bitch is. We don't know what her role at PlayStation is aside from giving terrible voiceovers. So at 7:29 we get the first hello. I wrote some of this shit down. At 7:53 7 minutes 53 seconds in, we finally get a look at a game that I don't know shit about, but it's called Spellbreak, and it looks interesting. It is another battle royale game. I did notice they threw that phrase out there just in case I wanted to maybe be interested in something that was different. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Alright, so third game is at 9 minutes and 30 seconds in, called Dreams. This game actually looks really good. And if I can remember it, I'll get it. So Dreams comes out on Valentine's Day. Again, it's no day one purchase from me, and I would like to play it, but it's going to be one of those games that I got to remember to play. One thing I noticed they did this one is the time they spent doing absolutely nothing, they could have put a scissor reel in there to cut through some of these games. Okay, so at the 11 minute and 30 second mark in the video, I've already given the fuck up. Sorry, I did. I gave up. I wrote it down. I had an overwhelming urge to cut this motherfucker off at 11 minutes and 30 seconds because it has been so damn boring. You lost my attention 6 minutes into the fucking video. How stupid can you be, Sony? I tell you, last State of Play, I could have made it a hell of a lot better, and I did. I chopped down from 20 to 12 minutes. I took 8 minutes out of your State of Bore from the last one. I can cut this one down and it'd probably be 10 minutes. That's how much shit you can cut out of it. Okay? But I forced myself to keep going, you know. And there's a game called Superliminal. This game is it looks interesting. It sparks my interest a little bit, not by much, just that little bitty bit. Then we see something called Paper Beast Flows. That starts to be shown at 12 minutes and 51 seconds in. And I lose interest as soon as I realize Paper Beast is a VR game. I don't have VR. I'm not interested in VR. PlayStation, we're at 12 minutes and 51 seconds into a 28-minute long video. And I'm already bored out of my fucking mind. Not that Untitled Goose Game doesn't look good or won't be good, but Nintendo already has it. I'm sorry, you're kind of late to this one. So if anything, I'm playing it on the Switch, not PS4. So I mentioned the VR game. All right. So now, at 15 minutes into this video, at 15 minutes and 14 seconds, they speak and touch on Kingdom Hearts 3 expansion called Reminded. This is a major win for you, PlayStation, for your state of play. Kingdom Hearts 3 is where you start to turn it around. Honestly, you could have led with this and it might have been a little bit better, considering at 6 minutes I was already going to sleep. Because you had elevator fucking music and a fucking screensaver. You were. Seriously, somebody needs to be kicked in the ass. Who in the fuck decided video starts in 3 minutes needed to be on the YouTube video? This is on your channel. This is on your PlayStation channel, Sony. A 28-minute long video that you could have chopped 6 minutes out of right at the beginning. Still would have been boring as fuck, because it was. But at least it wouldn't have been so fucking long. Time management is not your strong suit. Sorry. Let's get back into this as, again, we're at 15 minutes in. The DLC is called Reminded. It comes out on the 23rd of next month. So right at the very beginning of the year, we get Reminded for Kingdom Hearts 3. And the reason this is a big win is we finally get those Final Fantasy characters coming back through DLC, oddly enough. That was one thing about about Kingdom Hearts 3 I couldn't understand. I was like, where are the Final Fantasy characters? Where's Cloud? Where's Squall? Where are these guys at? These guys have been in all the Kingdom Hearts games from what I can remember. Not each individual character, but like they've had an impact. Final Fantasy plays a pretty significant role in Kingdom Hearts. And they just didn't put them in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is why I haven't beaten it and also why I kind of quit caring. But they're bringing them back for Reminded. Comes out on the 23rd of next month. And I honestly will end up getting it for the Xbox, because it's where I have my Kingdom Hearts 3. At 17 minutes into this thing, at almost the 18-minute mark, at 17 minutes and 56 seconds in, we see a game trailer for the Predator Hunting Grounds. I'm not going to lie, it looks interesting. It looks better than a lot of the other ones that I've seen. Like Friday the 13th, for instance. The Predator one just looks more entertaining. I'm sorry, I like Friday the 13th, but Predator just looks like it's more amped up. Looks like it's more like just tense, I guess. Okay, so now we're at the 19-minute mark, and we learn of Square Enix partnering with Platinum Games to bring us a game called Babylon Fall. Or Babylon's Fall, or some weird. Looks really good. Definitely can tell how Platinum had their influence on this. It looks a lot like a Bayonetta game in the way the fighting is. But then you can see Square Enix through the art design and the weirdness of the game. Square, you have weird games. I'm not going to apologize. That's what it is. But you can definitely tell it does look amazing. At first glance, I'll have to learn more about it. They did say more to come on this game by like next summer. So hopefully by then we'll get more information. This definitely looks like a game that I want to play. And considering the only game I'm really truly hyped for is Final Fantasy VII, that's a good thing. So after we get that at, where is it? 20 minutes and 50 seconds. We are coming to the end, finally. They fuck with us a little bit, because here's where they bring Resident Evil in. Resident Evil is what they end with. They could have started with Kingdom Hearts, ended with Resident Evil, reworked it a little bit, and it's still been good. But no, they had to fucking put you to sleep before the damn thing even fucking started. So, if you manage to make it to the Resident Evil section, then you know what I'm going to say. Resident Evil Project Resistance is now free through Resident Evil 3. I now have zero faith in this fucking online game. You went from this being a game that was going to be its own solo game to being mixed in now with Resident Evil 3, which makes me question how much time and effort you actually put into this Resident Evil 3 remake, considering this is the first we're actually getting a live, video for. Capcom, you're raising a lot of red flags here. This game, Resident Evil Project Resistance, was supposed to be its own entity. Now it's combined in with Resident Evil 3, and I just got to be a little bit worried because that doesn't look good. Why combine a game that was going to do well on its own with a game that should do well on its own? You're cutting your own money here. This makes no sense to me, and it worries me just a little bit. That was the final bit for the gaming part. They had we're 25 years old, little mini talking from the guy who first did the PlayStation 1. Cool. But again, this video is going to be 12 minutes long, and your video was almost 30 minutes long. I could literally dance for the rest of the video and be just as boring as you was. You really were just that boring. This video is 12 minutes. I don't ran through everything they did on PlayStation's State of Bore because it was boring as fuck. And just like before, I said they won't talk about the PS5 even though they need to. That little block, that little 6-minute block where there is nothing going on, you could have spent talking about the PlayStation fucking 5. You could have spent advertising the Iron Man VR, making it more appealing to people who literally were let down that it's a fucking VR game. You could have made it to where, hey, run out and buy a VR headset because Iron Man, and then you have the Batman, and then you have blah, blah, blah. You're not taking advantage of the situation. That's it. Anyway, State of Bore, complete waste of time again. Sony, stop trying to be Nintendo. You are not Nintendo. And believe me, they can do this a hell of a lot better than you.